Border security was part of the package that essentially was vetoed by the fourth branch of government, Donald Trump, who ordered Speaker Johnson and the MAGA elements both in the House and the Senate to kill it. So had they really wanted that to be part of it, and if it weren't just rhetorical, they would have adopted what the Senate was doing last week. But at this point, we're just talking about an emergency for the defense of democracy and freedom all over the world.
Well, border security has been my priority since the beginning, and it's going to continue to be. I'm going to review this bill carefully, and we'll make a decision as soon as it happens.
I'm not going to support it. I'm not sure there's enough. I don't think there's enough on our side of the aisle in the House to support it, and we shouldn't.
It's really important to look at this package in its totality, because what it is designed to do is to address the three enemies or adversaries that we have around the world who are increasingly aligning themselves together, working together, which is Iran, Russia, and China.
We've given this administration every opportunity they could possibly have when we passed H.R. 2 to secure the border out. What they're trying to do is to give us a border package that will allow people to continue to come into the country at a rate that, frankly, during the Obama administration, the Secretary of Homeland Security said was unsustainable. It makes no sense.
That's one of the questions that I have.
It's about 10% of the overall defense budget. So this is what our defense budget is for. And there are those who say it's bloated, and I've certainly been willing to criticize the bloat in the defense budget, but this is precisely what a defense budget is for. It's for the defense of the people, the allies, and the land of the United States. And if we turn our backs on our allies in Ukraine now, we'll be paying a whole lot more later when Putin's on the march through the rest of Europe.
I don't know how we're going to pay for it. I haven't seen the Senate bill. I think they're still working on it. I think they've got these procedural votes they're going through, so I really don't know the details of it. I've just heard the number. But one of the things that I've suggested as a pay for is in the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, which I call the Income Reduction Act, included $27 billion for a Green New Deal slush fund to be administered by the EPA. I've got legislation that we're trying to bring to the floor that will rescind that. And that's money that's already been appropriated for that purpose that we can then use to offset funding for Israel aid.
I'm going to review the bill carefully and make a decision based on that.
We are at an existential moment right now for global democracy. And either the United States stands up for freedom and democracy around the world, or we don't. And we recede back into the netherworld and allow autocrats, dictators, terrorists to take over the world.